Hi there, my name's Daryl and this is The Check-In. This week I'm joined by Sean, Kelly and Dan, and we're going to be giving you some tips on how to have a great long weekend away in Paris. We're going to be kicking things off with some great things to do that are free. Dan, I think you got something for us?
First of all, I think Paris has a reputation of being a relatively expensive destination, and actually there's loads to do. I think it's quite an unfair reputation, really. I mean, there's Notre Dame Cathedral, famously. There's the Modern Art Museum, which has loads in it. I mean, it does have its little sort of its expensive exhibitions on the side, but the majority of it is free. You've got the Basilica de Sacré-Cœur as well. The Basilica itself is completely free to go around, apart from the dome bit at the top, and that's only about €4 for an adult. So there's a great load of culture, I think, you can do in Paris for, well, next to nothing, really.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's something for everyone, I think, for free as well. Not just culture vultures, but people who like to get outdoors as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Luxembourg Gardens is a great sort of outside of the city park. It's a lot larger than you think a city park would be. There's a lot of activities in there to do, such as chess or tennis. There's a large pond in the middle, which you can take your kids and sort of drive mini boats around. So I think it's got a little bit for everyone. There's beehives in the corner, which you can pay to have sort of a tour of, or you can just have a look yourself. So I think it's nice.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's really good. And all this walking around Paris, obviously lots to see, lots to do, really going to work up an appetite as well. We should probably look at some of the good places to eat as well in Paris. Kelly, any tips?
Definitely. I think it ties in perfectly with what Sean was saying about the Luxembourg Gardens. If you are in that Latin Quarter kind of area of Paris, there's an open-air food market. I think it's called Marché Monge, excuse my accent.
Sounded spot on to me.
But it's great because you get to have a walk through, you get to sample the foods from the actual Parisian local craft food makers. So you get a real flavour for Paris. Obviously, in that area, the Latin Quarter, and also Paris, the Saint-Germain-des-Prés in the 6th arrondissement. It's absolutely gorgeous with lots of local cafes. You can pretend you're a typical Parisian, sit outside, soak up the atmosphere. Definitely my favourite part of Paris. It's got a lot of culture. It's a nice area to explore. It's pretty. And the food markets are free if you just want to walk around, and if you don't particularly want to buy anything, you can sample some of the produce. They're all happy to say, take some of this, try some of that, cheese, wine, you name it.
I think that's a very good thing about Paris. Is a lot of authentic French food. I think a lot of touristy type areas, they're very keen to serve you British food. Where in Paris there's no struggle at all finding local bistros. Very classic. If you want to get escargot, frog's legs, they're pretty much every street, especially in central Paris. And yeah, well, if you're there, you may as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, it's really good. We're going to look at some good places to go shopping as well. Obviously, Paris. You think fashion, you think high class, you think the Champs-Élysées. Anyone got any good areas and where you can go shopping?
I think the Marais is quite a nice place to go. It's quite eclectic. It's got sort of vintage mixed in with high fashion. If someone who wanted sort of more handcrafted jewelleries and just really bespoke pieces, I think that's a great place to go in Paris.
Nice. Really personal touches. Anyone else got any good shopping?
The Louvre district is one of the most popular places as well. I think they really put out there as the sort of top end, full of all the well, to be honest, what you'd expect really as being Parisian. It's got all the big designer shops, Yves Saint Laurent and Versace and stuff. And I think they've got a lot of the like chic furniture stores and sort of a bit of everything really. So some of the big department stores there are absolute mazes. I think you can lose hours in them, but on the absolute flip side of that, you've got things like flea markets in the north of Paris, which, again, they're free to go around and you can lose yourself for hours looking at bric-a-brac and antique furniture and stuff and maybe grab yourself a deal. Probably not the famous sort of artworks and paintings that you probably could have picked up maybe 100 years or so ago, but still quite a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, really good. I think the Lafayette Centre as well is pretty good as well, quite a spectacular building. You're in Paris, you've had a great time. What's one thing you'd recommend for our viewers out there to do before they leave?
Well, I think. Oh, sorry, Dan. I'm just so excited to
No.
give this recommendation. My favourite thing to do in Paris. Everybody, when they go there, says, "Go check out the Eiffel Tower. Go up the Eiffel Tower." It's all well and good. Pictures of the Eiffel Tower are fantastic. When you're up the Eiffel Tower, you can't see it. So it's true. But you think of the typical Parisian vista and the skyline, and you think of the Eiffel Tower. So sticking in the Saint-Germain-des-Prés 6th arrondissement area, Tour Montparnasse actually has the best view of Paris. So it's not free, but you can head up to the top floor to their viewing station, and the views that you'll have if it's a clear day. Obviously, don't judge me if it's raining. If it's a clear day, the views are absolutely spectacular, and you can get great pictures of the Eiffel Tower from
We'll
that
hold you to
height.
that. Dan,
No, I was going to say the Eiffel Tower, so it's gone.
don't go there. Kelly says it's bad. Sean,
Yeah, I was just going to bring it back to a food one. There's a place called Aspic, which is run by a man called Quentin Giroux.
there we go.
It's his first project, and you get a 7-course meal for around £50 or €60. And it's sort of like a blind taste. They have all fresh products, and they serve it to you. The chef comes out, explains what you have. So it's supposed to be a very nice touch. Rated #1 on TripAdvisor. So
Very good. A man driven by his stomach. Well, there we go. That's all we've got time for now. Thanks for joining us. Hope you can join us again soon next time on The Check-In.